right, guys, we made it down here to Meridian, Mississippi at the Soulé Steam Feedworks, and we're at the Soulé Steam Festival here in Meridian, Mississippi. This is actually the Industrial Heritage Museum. This is the old Soulé Steam Feedworks where they used to build steam engines. Right here behind me, this is where the machine shop was, and this right here is where the foundry used to be. And as you can see, we've got steam engines right there behind me, and they've got steam engines on display everywhere. So it's been a fantastic day. We've got Clark Easterling here right behind me. He's been putting on his foundry work. Right now he's doing some of his pattern work, getting ready. He's making some molds, and he's going to be pouring some cast iron later. So that's always interesting. And we've been giving Jim, the person that's in charge of the museum here, he's actually been taking us around earlier today and showing us sort of some of the behind the scenes stuff that you don't normally get to see here at the museum, which is really cool. Everybody here at the museum has been very inviting, and I couldn't have been happier to come in, and them been very excited that we were going to come back and be a part of the event today and take some video. And I've been trying to get a lot of interesting video to share with you guys this time, maybe some stuff that I didn't get on the last video from last year when we come. So I'm really trying to get some creative shots for you. This is a really fun event. There's a lot of cool things. We got a full line powered machine shop in there. There's a room with all kind of permanent display steam engines there. You got the Foundry Shop in there. Above that, you got the pattern shop that's still full of all the machines and the woodworking tools in there that they use to make the patterns for the casting. Right over there, you got the boiler room where they make all the steam that runs all this equipment around here. This really is a very unique place, and I encourage anybody to come down here to these events. Bring your family, bring your kids, and see this place and let them learn and see. It's really is something marvelous to see. So come on down here and see the event. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now, and I want to share with you the video that I've been taking throughout the day, and hopefully you're going to enjoy the video. All right. Balanced machine, huh? Yes.
As I explained to you yesterday, when cast the parts in the foundry, they did the machine work downstairs. Then they put them on the elevator and brought them up here to assemble.
Right.
And
so
these stations,
yeah,
they did move them from station to station, but one guy was responsible. He moved with the engine.
Okay.
And they did that just to get the parts in line.
So they would start here somewhere. They would start assembling the engines and move on down the line here.
Right. And the engine's been sitting on there like this.
Okay.
And I don't know how you can see it, but that's an overhead beam, and it's running on a wood rail on the side.
Yep, you can see it's kind of like a bridge crane.
Yep.
Got the trolley system up there.
It's a homemade bridge crane.
That is cool.
And that's our air conditioning system.
Oh yeah.
Because working up here in July, I imagine it gets pretty warm.
That is nice.
This belt comes from the line drive shaft, and that's to get the power up here.
Right, so that one's coming up from the line shaft below,
Right,
coming up and running the fans up here. And then this comes over, and this was, I remember this was the lapping machine.
Right. You lap the valves here, and you can do 3 engines at a time. And there's 3 sets of valves. So that does the top one, and then you turn it up on the side and lap the side valve, and then you turn it 180 degrees and lap the other side valve.
Wow.
And the way you turn it on and off, very ingenious, but very simple. There's a friction wheel downstairs on the line drive shaft.
Okay.
And that lets it down on the friction wheel and starts turning this. And you usually lapped it for 1 full day.
Okay.
And polished it off.
And that's right here.
Right.
This is your lapping. You're lapping that was your valve surface.
You would start with a medium heavy grit, and then about every hour or 2 you would go to a lighter grit. And finally down to just a slick polish.
Yep.
And it looked like a mirror when it was finished. When you need to stop it, you just hook it onto that. It worked great.
Yeah. That is cool, man. That's some of the info you got there. Valve lapping machine. And that's where they did all of them, right here, right?
Right here. Yeah,
that is neat.
And you can see the floor.
Yeah. All your lapping compounds down here on the ground.
Makes a good floor.
Oh yeah, that is cool.
We've got a disc here with a 2-foot arm on it. You tighten this down to clamp down on the disc to make some more friction.
Yeah, okay.
And the scale will give you torque you got. This is 2 feet times whatever weighs on the scale gives you foot-pounds of torque. And we've added this tachometer generator just to show the kids how to calculate horsepower. If you got torque and RPM, you can calculate the horsepower that thing's producing.
Alrighty.
And at 100-pound steam pressure, it's about 15 horsepower at 100 RPM. But when we're running here, we're running 40, 50 pounds of steam or 30 pounds of steam. So it's we can't get a lot of horsepower out of it, but until a few minutes ago, it ran.
We had a little accident with it.
I just pulled the head off of it and found the part of the piston.
Oh, okay. So that's what we were just looking at. You got a chip.
You might want to see that.
Okay.
That's a good one. There, I haven't taken the other one out yet.
This wasn't in the engine here.
No, that's just one that was laying here.
Oh, I thought
That's
you
one
had
of
both
the
of them out.
No, the other one's still in the engine.
Okay, so you found this right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got.
the edge.
Oh, yeah. That
And
off
you can
right
see
there.
you can see the piston where it came from.
Okay. So it looks like we got to machine a new piston for it.
Well, we've got pistons.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you got
We
the.
have some left over.
We have lots of parts.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a spare piston that you can put onto it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got quite a few spare parts.
Is that something that you'll do today, you think? Or?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Well, we did show this in my previous video. We did show this last year. Yeah, we had it running last year, and then we got a good video of that. So, you know, this stuff like this happens sometimes. So once the engine was tested and proved right here, and it was ready to roll.
Right to the elevator, downstairs, straight.
There you go. There's your elevator.
This is just a cover that goes over the hole.
Okay.
It automatically raises up.
Oh, is it coming up?
Coming up.
Oh, wow.
They had automatic controls on it. Stop. Push the valve off onto the tip with it.
Pretty slow moving. It'll lift the lid up.
So it'll lift it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me back up
Back
here.
a little bit.
Look at that.
Now, Abby's going to demonstrate riding it down.
Oh, okay.
No thank you. Man, we need to look at all this stuff. Just the top.
Wow, look at that. All right, so they would
Couldn't be more perfect than that.
put the engine over on this and lower it down to the bottom.
Then put it back on the little rail car,
Yeah.
roll it out to the street.
And then you use the jib crane out front, set it on the truck. That is cool.
Line drive shaft that have a separate motor for it.
You said that this was a grinder?
Yeah.
Rotary, like a rotary surface grinder?
Right. The table turns as well as the grinder, so it's
Okay, cool. Yeah, a rotary surface grinder.
It's pretty smooth right there.
Yeah. So they would grind it here and then go over and
Lap it on the.
okay. That's neat. Looks like they got it. Maybe they had some kind of, I don't know if this was a vacuum or a coolant. Exhaust system. Yep. Cool.
Here's packaging parts, and you can see they did it right here in place and never burned the place down.
Yep.
But the ladle.
Lots of Babbitt.
Who knows what this little machine is? Another thing that's homemade. Looks like the end of, cut the end of the cigar off.
Is that what it was?
No.
What was it?
It was packing.
Oh, it was for rope packing?
And they knew exactly how long to make it, and just that little
That's
scissor
cool.
to cut it off with.
Yeah. Huh. It's amazing seeing the washroom here.
This is probably the only place, at least in the South, that had a hot and cold water
Really?
for the men to wash up with. And the sinks were removable for all the iron filings that would, chips that would have gone down and stopped up a regular plumbing system. So it went into that gutter,
Yeah.
and the gutter went to the end down there and went into the sewer.
Well, they tried to think of everything, didn't they? I didn't notice that last year whenever we saw those. That's cool. Well, they had heat in here also.
Yeah, they had heat.
Yeah.
If you worked at Soulé, you was at the top of the trade. So people wanted to look good coming to work as well as going home.
Yeah.
And most homes didn't have indoor plumbing, probably back then anyway.
The shower's a little it's a little creepy in there.
It's a little great.
Little creepy in the shower, but I'm sure the guys enjoyed being able to wash themselves off after a long day.
They did.
Yeah. Wow. So this is the
This is pretty much how the original office looked. Here's a picture that's representative of how this worked. The ladies were dressed nice.
mm-hmm.
And this was a dresser draft machine. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't.
Well, you make little tin plates, imprint of all your customer names. Keep them on file. And see, that's typed in backwards on this machine.
Yep.
And then pressed in there, and then when you get ready to mail the letter, you put that in there and put the letter, of course, on top of it and pull it down.
Yeah.
And it inks. And you can categorize your customers, like if you were wanting to make a mail out to all the sawmills, you'd have them in one drawer, or
Yeah.
probably several drawers. But if you was mailing to cotton gins, you'd have another set of tin plates that you'd use.
That is neat. And this was their vault?
Yes, this is vault. And back in those days, fire protection was not a strong thing in most cities, especially when they had to fire up a steam engine to get water pressure. So it was more for protection of the records than it was for theft.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
a fireproof vault.
Yeah. Man, this office has been well preserved. I mean, it's just beautiful. And I know you said that they closed up in like 2002, but it's like all this was just left here like this and not being used.
Well, we did go back and take out the false ceiling that they put in, because they put in air conditioning over the years,
Oh, yeah?
and the pressed tin ceiling was still in place.
Oh, so they had already put a drop ceiling in
Yeah,
there?
they put a drop ceiling.
Oh, okay. So they kind of you guys come back in
This is the original ceiling?
That's the original ceiling.
Y'all restored the originality of the office. Okay, I got you.
Now, a lot of the machines are still in place.
Okay.
And the desk. But
Yeah.
we've added one desk that a guy returned to us that had bought it from
Okay.
Soulé.
Yeah.
And it's now original. But that was Mr. Soulé's desk on the end.
That one there. Okay. So this is where your was this like parts and
Catalogs and parts.
okay.
It'd be parts higher, catalogs lower.
Check out the ladder here.
On a personal note, will you build me this?
Will I build you?
I would like to have this.
I might have
with
to.
the ladder and everything.
I might have to hire Jimmy DeResta to come in with his expertise
Hey,
and
Jimmy, can you help me out with this?
call in Jimmy.
This is so beautiful.
On another note, I want you to show them.
Oh, the decimal chart?
Yes, I want you to show them the ultimate decimal chart. Look at this. Soulé Steam Feedworks, Meridian, Mississippi. How cool is that?
That's a beautiful one.
Well, we've got to go outside, but I will show you something else.
All right. Mr. Jim is showing it. He is giving us the grand tour.
World War II Jeep.
Yeah?
And Soulé gave out escape maps for people, the airmen that got shot down over enemy territory, and it'll have a map on the back side of it.
Okay.
And you see Soulé Steamworks.
Yeah.
So that's a give out that a handout that you normally wouldn't see. Now Simon saws were owned by Soulé at that time,
Okay.
and they put out a map also.
Oh, wow.
And this is the original bill of sale from the U.S. War Department, where the Jeep was bought with a fellow up in Virginia,
Yeah.
and I bought it from him.
That is interesting there.
And it still runs good.
Yeah.
And we put new cameras on it, but that's all we've done.
Well, I was going to say this is a beautiful shot of the building outside here.
Yeah.
Of the you got the administrative offices right there, and then of course behind it you got the machine shop and the engine building, the steam engines, and on this side is going to be the foundry here. So this is what it kind of looks like from the side streets.
Let's go up to the pattern shop, and we got a good view from there
Yeah. Okay.
of our display area and
Yeah.
the
Let's
alleyway.
do it. Can we go down the alleyway and see all the steam?
We can.
All right.
Okay.
I'm working it.
You got a good workout there. You lose 5 pounds just in no time.
There's Charles. He's going to be doing some foundry work today and pouring some cast iron, and we'll get by there and see him today, get some video of him. We got lots of cool steam engines over here running on display. We got more over here. So this is the foundry over here. This is just a beautiful building in here. This was the foundry in here. I love the bridge cranes that they
Yeah.
built in here.
Yeah.
So cool.
When was this building built? 1917.
1917.
And we got the original cupola furnace in here. And of course this was the ladle that they used to pour with, and you had very fine control,
Okay.
tilting it over. And with the bridge crane, you can move it there wherever.
That is cool right
Yeah.
there.
This was a mixing machine that they mixed up the corn and threaded them into these little channels. These little channels that have the cores, like so forth. And they'd, you know, be either full length, or if they broke, that's all right too. They'd have just the pieces. But of course, it had to be fired. So the furnace was over here.
And what was this though? What was this material here?
Well, it was just compact sand
Okay.
and a little bit of glue in it.
Okay.
Stick together.
All right.
And you see how the saddle wheel
Yeah.
stirred it up.
Okay.
And then you had to cook them. So it kind of looks like some of the things from.
So these are the cores for the molds.
Yeah, if you got a center hole in there that you want to leave open, push that into the furnace,
Right. Okay.
and then it would bake for like 24 hours.
All right.
But when you took it out, you had a core that looked like this,
Yeah.
and if you had a sprocket you were going to make that was this thick, you'd cut this much off and stick it in there.
Yeah. Okay.
And you had to center it, and they were good at that kind of precision work.
Yeah. This is some of the stuff they were using up to the last day, huh?
Yeah.
Over here. Wow.
Making the cores, because they need normally making those heads, they wouldn't need them. Now, if you want to make a sprocket, this is the way.
All right.
You take a flask, there's a wood box they call a flask, and you got these guide dowels in there that you can be sure it lines up.
Okay.
So
Lines up your top and bottom, your alignment
Right.
pins here.
So you're starting with just sand in here. You impress the pattern, which is wood.
Yep.
You press it, and press that down into it halfway to a point that you can have a taper to remove it.
Yep.
And then you put the top on, which of course the top is hollow at first, and then you pack sand into that.
Yep.
But you leave a vent hole to where you can pour the hot metal in and let the gases out. But after you get this packed, you carefully take the top off and remove the wood core. And then when you put the top back on carefully without spilling and knocking the sand loose,
Then you're ready to pour the hot
Ready to
iron
pour.
into there.
you've got a hollow space in there that's exactly the same shape, of course, as
Yeah.
what the wooden pattern was.
Yep. Is this one of your original patterns here?
Yes,
Bevel gear.
So that was on shelf
Shelf X5.
X5.
Yeah. That's
We have
cool.
thousands and thousands of wooden patterns.
Right.
But the amazing thing is that each one of these teeth were built or made individually and then nailed on. You can see where the
Oh yeah, you
nails-
can see all the little nails on there.
Now, not only did they have to have this double taper on each tooth, they had to space them
Yep.
to where it was a perfect tooth. It took craftsmanship that we
Oh,
frankly
yeah.
don't have today.
Amazing craftsmanship in that.
Even an A-class.
All right, they're going to take us. They're going to take us behind the scenes here. Looks like we got a freight elevator.
Yeah.
This is a section that we don't.
Not on tour.
Yeah, we don't get to see this one on the tour, so they're getting to show us a little extra.
I told you that I'd show you some extra. So this right here is the locker room for the people that worked here.
Yeah, for the foundry.
Yeah, so you can compare the two. You see, they still have the sinks,
Yeah.
but it's not really as great to look at as some of them. It's upper.
So they had three. Looks like they had 3 showers in there. This is amazing.
Freight elevator.
Yeah.
They had to take all the coal and everything up from the ground We like to make a scary movie back here someday. It kind of looks like something you'd see in a
Yeah.
scary movie.
See a big, looks like a worm drive back there. Worm gear, possibly.
Actually, I think that's a brother.
Okay.
It's fitted.
Is it? Looks like a
No,
gearbox.
yeah, it is the drive, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the top of the furnace, and that's where
this
they
is where they
loaded
would load it.
everything in there. They put a layer of coal, a layer of coke, and then they put some chemicals depending on what the blend of that particular cast was going to be. And that's where they turned the fire on.
When you ask about coke, here's the coke.
This is
bin.
it here, huh?
Yep.
Bunch of it left over.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we
actually,
still use it. We still use it on occasion.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
for the blacksmith
shop.
shop.
Oh yeah, there we go.
If you want to jump, it's the fast way out.
Let's show them a shot of that out there. See, there you go. I was trying to get a little extra light in there so they could see it because my camera settings was off for the low light, but now they can see it really good with that door open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, we got it now. Yeah. So this would be all for your freight elevator here, right?
Bringing
Yeah.
up the heavy stuff like the coal.
Yeah. There's your electric motor.
And notice all the spool and knob wiring and all that's still active
Wow.
and approved.
And still using it. All right, this is going into the pattern shop, which is just above the foundry here. Look at that beautiful porcelain sign there.
So this is where they made all the wooden patterns, and there's a lumber stock over against that wall. But it was all hand machinery primarily, but they did have a lathe. They had a couple of other electric machines that they could had the bandsaw. And there's the rack that they use to store the patterns.
That's where all the patterns are.
Yeah.
Over there.
And that's why they had the shelf number.
Okay.
If you could find the right shelf,
You can find
then
the pattern.
you can go through them. But
Yeah.
if somebody told you to go pick out a 6-inch sprocket,
Okay.
I'm not giving you another clue, you'd be there 2 weeks looking for it.
So they not only made steam engines, they made a lot of castings for.
Right.
Did they build castings for other companies as well?
Probably, I don't really know the answer to that, but mostly it was for farm machinery.
Okay.
Back, the turn of the century and before, there were a lot of farm machinery manufacturers that would build maybe 2 or 3 years, and then they'd go out of business.
Okay.
And if you had bought one of their machines and it broke down, there was no dealer network, and you were just out of luck
Yeah.
because you couldn't get that piece from the factory. So they would bring the broken piece down to Soulé. They would make an exact replica of it, cast it, and you could be back in the field working within
Right.
24 hours.
Well, I see a lot of gears. Just like downstairs, we saw a lot of gears too. Looks
Yeah,
like
they
they cast a lot of gears here.
Yeah, primarily the sawmill industry was their main customer.
Okay.
And these ran conveyors, slab chutes,
Yeah.
log conveyor, and they made a standard stock of patterns. If you wanted a 6-inch gear, they would have it on the shelf down there. It'd already be made. You wouldn't have to wait on it.
Okay. You gotta get some of that drill press there.
This always makes a good view.
Oh, wow.
We don't let the public sort of see that.
They use this for loading materials in it?
Yeah. Used it by hand, but it was lumber.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, you got the big slabs of lumber here.
they did have this hoist that could be extended out to the end of the rail,
Right, oh, okay.
and you could lift something heavy like this.
Oh yeah, you got the I-beam that goes out, so they can run the trolley right on out the door and use the chain fall, pick it up. How cool is that? Well, look at that tag right there. The Brown Hoisting Machinery Company, Cleveland, Ohio. We love these tags, man. They're so beautiful. Yeah,
But we
that is
got
cool.
Any more decimal conversion cards that got Soulé name on it? There may be one over yonder.
I was just noticing the trolley here and the chain hoist, how they got it designed so that you can run this out the door there to lift up your material, but you can still stand inside here and operate it there with the chain fall. That is pretty cool.
This is the same way.
Yeah, look at them all individually. All the gear teeth are individually cut and nailed on there. All the bandsaw blades. What's that?
These are all small parts here. Easier to pick up and show, but just things you could never identify if someone told you. But each one's got a shelf number on it, and each shelf was labeled because the names are worn off.
Look at all the gear patterns. Spur gears.
This is the boiler front, half of it. And they had the other part of Soulé Steam Woodwork, Soulé Steam Works on the other
I love
side.
how perfect they made the letters.
Yeah.
Just perfectly cut.
I'll show you that.
Well, there's thousands of these molds up here, aren't there?
Yes, thousands. I mean, this is probably 10%. 20% at most.
Look at that. The gears, they just keep going.
Mr. Soulé had sold a good many of them for wall art.
Oh, really?
And,
Look, the
he
gears.
sold about half of them.
Even more.
The other half of that half got burned and torn. But taking them all out and cleaning them, believe it or not, we did that. But now you see, right pretty dirty.
Oh, the wooden cabinet there.
Yeah, this kind of cute thing.
Yeah.
All your little stuff's in there.
Oh yeah, got more patterns.
More little gear.
They just put a finger hole in there to pull it out instead of a knob, huh?
Yeah, had to have a good finger.
That is neat.
Still a lot of work that you could do and make this more open to the public.
These are all the Speedy Twin patterns in here.
Okay, for the little
for the
steam
twin
engine.
cylinder.
Yeah.
These are the patterns for that.
There's the spanner wrenches.
Yep. You were showing us those
Yeah.
earlier down there where all the extra parts were. One of the things I find fascinating is you know, the colors and the feel of the building, the wood and the brick and everything. So many people try to mimic that today in like restaurants and bars.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just so hard to get that, you know, and this is just, they weren't trying to, this is just how they built it, and now everybody wants that same look today, you know. You know, with the lighting. So this is the mold right here of the, this is the pattern, I'm sorry.
Block. Well, I don't know, Greg. What?
That's a pattern. There's several pieces that goes together and it sets in the sand, and then they pull pieces out and they put another piece in and do things. It's quite complex.
Okay.
And the gentleman that did this for most of his work life here went and pulled all these pieces together and put them together so we would have them together. He said that this is everything that you needed to put together the casting for the main body for the Speedy Twins.
Okay. They were just showing it to me. So you got this piece here and then these components all, and this is what you would use to cast the main body of the Speedy Twin engine that we see around here. This was up there. Oh. Get some video of some of the original woodworking machinery. It's up here. Excelsior.
Different sizes. Because they've got mixed now. But
This is where they put the.
you would tack these on or glue them on in place. Most of them will be tacked on. All different sizes, and so it's supposed
Yeah.
to be 26 in each drawer.
I love the chest, man. Look how
Yeah.
beautiful the chest is.
Wouldn't you like to have that refinished?
Oh yeah,
That would lose our potential. We think we just leave it like it is.
beautiful. This is a really beautiful shop. There's a couple more over here we haven't seen yet. Got the scroll saw there.
Yeah, this is a bandsaw sharpening machine.
Oh, okay.
Would advance it a tooth with that, and then it would go there, and bend that tooth over that way. Then the next time it'd bend the other tooth the other way. So a setting tooth that you set the saw with. This was a sharpening machine.
This is setting the saw tooth of the blade itself.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
And then
you know, any saw, even a hand saw.
Black Diamond Saw Machinery. Look at that. That's a
Yeah.
tag. I was just noticing there's a tag here that looks really pretty. It's manufactured by Baldwin, Tuthill, and Bolton, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Section of blade to demonstrate.
That's pretty cool.
That's,
Now, I saw this last year. I know this is shop made, but that is just, I love that drill holder right there. I'd actually like to make this in cast, like a cast iron version
Yeah.
to hold drills. I just think it's really cool.
hold it down.
Yep. This is looking, we're up at the top of the Foundry Shop here. This is the pattern shop. And they use this as an event space now down here. So this is where they would make the patterns up here. This is the foundry, and they would cast everything down here. And over to our left would be the machine shop. So here's one of their engines right here. This is the Speedy Twin. So you can see how he is. You can instantly change the direction of the engine by the flip of a lever there.
There were many applications in a sawmill where you needed to go in two different directions.
Yeah.
The main one being to drive the saw carriage back and forth. But running live rolls or hoisting or taking lumber in and out of the dry kiln, those were good other examples of applications where this engine was perfect.
Nice. This was the freight elevator that we showed earlier.
If you can get the pulleys up there where
There it is. So they would bring the engines down once they were ready to go, and then I guess they would get them over here to the tracks, right on out the door, outside, and then right outside there was a jib crane out there. There is a jib crane outside, and they would use that to load them up onto the truck.
Right.